Hey, it's your boy Sunny K. What's up, FUVers? And today I am repping Harlem, as you can see. I've worn this shirt in a while, so I wore it today. It's my birthday, and I am going to be talking a little bit about other people today. AndyRC did a review on the Nano. It's RunCam's new camera, and as we all know, they slip stuff into the stream without telling anybody. No marketing, no advertising, no nothing. So everything's constantly being updated by them, and I have a theory behind that I'm going to share sort of slightly. It involves the fact that all the RunCam sort of looks the same, and all the Fox here sort of looks the same, and all of RunCam and Fox here both sort of looks the same, because I think they're both buying from the same providers and slapping their names onto it. So that's probably why a lot of this stuff is on the micro scale of gains. And so we do see a good product, and we do see something looking nice, and I'm glad he did the review. Andy's fantastic. He does these great reviews. Everything sounds great about it, and it sounds tiny, and winter is coming, so we should be seeing it shrink even further. Now, if you want a micro RC camera, I would say get that, but there's a lot of other ones too, so check them out. UAVFUTURES, who, let's face it, is the very best online, the funniest, the most interesting, and they do the greatest stuff. Today they did Tech Tuesday, and they showed off a gigantic VTX. It's digital, so that's cool that it's digital, and we do see a few of those already, but this one looks to be a little smaller than the rest, a little bit better, maybe resolution, and hopefully it gets smaller too. So maybe that's the theme of today, is getting a little smaller. Let's get smaller, and bring your finger so small over that it clicks like and subscribe to this video. Joshua Bardwell's ego on the NASDAQ has risen 13 points to settle at a plateau of 2003 with a grand capital G. I'm kidding. I love Joshua Bardwell, but I am going to do an entire video on his ego and how it's changed, because I think that's something we should point out. He's still a fascinating figure. He's still a great guy. Probably. I'd love the video of him flying in Hawaii with all the concrete, because he does sort of show how important it is to him to, like, you know, fly these smooth lines and, like, not wreck. Although he bashed one of his motors and burst it. But you know what? That gave me an idea, and you're going to see that come out in the software that I'm currently creating. So there is good and the bad. And Luke Bannister, actually, he's fantastic. He's saying the future is low KV, high C count. So that means he's flying like 1800 kV motors on 6S battery. Okay, now what is that exactly? That's a 5-inch frame flying X-class gear. So it's going to be fast, it's going to be crazy, and I think it's a cool idea. So let's see what's happening more of that. I'm going to try and build in my own X racing frame now, and I hope to compete in the next one. Let's hold it somewhere closer to LA than Berkeley, even though that was pretty dang close. Drone Mesh has a really interesting video on D8 versus D16 on the Tyrannus QX7 and the QX7S, and it's very cool. He's judging the latency between the two, and he really needs a Horus. So somebody please send this guy a Horus so he can review it. Free Sky, send him one. Somebody send him one. Someone who has one. It's really good stuff. In the print world, we had Oscar Lang reviewing the TBS's new Power Core. It looks really good. All of their products are super quality, and that brings us to the CROSSFIRE, which is just pervasive right now. I think everybody kind of figured out that they could only fly so much, and they started using their CROSSFIREs and buying them. So now everybody's got a CROSSFIRE video up. It's just like, you know, that's what you have to do like now to entertain people. So my favorite CROSSFIRE video is by Kebab FPV, who is an LA resident also, and that might lead a little bit to me liking him, but the truth is that he flies above the clouds with a 5-inch, and I think that's fantastic and super invigorating to watch that little tiny thing go up above the clouds. So that's really cool. Go check that one out. And then, of course, Mr. Steele, my favorite pilot, kind of made fun of it a little, and he did a video of proximity flying in the trees. Incredible skills in the guy. He's my all-time favorite pilot. I think he's the best, the very best, period, with control and with creativity over everyone, and I mean everyone. So go watch that one. That's he mentions CROSSFIRE in the title. It's his latest video. So DJI's new Aeroscope. It's out. It's available. You can get it. It's super cool as a tracking machine. It is a little creepy how DJI has sort of like come into our lives and sort of given us so much control, but also taken so much control. Like, we can only fly in certain places, and they really stop you from doing a lot of things, but they enable a lot of things. So it's a cool trade-off. I think that's the theme of life right now, is these trade-offs, where what we see is one thing that's bad having really good qualities too. So it's like we finally are seeing the duality. Maybe Kubrick was right all along. Cura 3.0 is out. I'm going to spend all day studying Cura 3.0 and Blender and getting my blending skills down so that I can get my prototypes out to you. So also, just on a side note, I've been really obsessed with DIY goggles. I want to make some. I want to know, what is the deal with fat sharks? Why are they? Why can't anybody make a fat shark killer? Why can't anybody make a goggle that's just as good, or that accepts modules, or that, I mean, what is the limiting factor? What's the barrier to entry? Anybody who's willing to work with me, I've got an engineering background. Anybody who's willing to work with me on that, I will do it. Just hit me up immediately. So that's just pretty much it. One thing I'm curious about is this thing really worth your time? It's really tall. These things are plastic. They're gonna break. Like, I've got the mini tripods like the Joby that work for the iPhone, and it's already broken. So I'm gonna send it in to replace. But I don't really. I mean, it's cool. It's great. I know it's a ripoff. It's Relac, so it's a ripoff. But is it useful? Look how long those arms are. I mean, there's tall as the day is long. So the fan's kind of cool, but do you really need it? So according to that one guy, solder fumes are not toxic. Now, I don't really believe that. I think just about anything's toxic that you burn and send into the air. That's just the nature of it. So we'll see. I'm gonna be on cure all day because I want to get my 3D. This came with my. This was one of my first 3D prints, and as you can see, it is pretty good. Is the lens gonna work and show you? Well, I guess not. Okay. It's a nice 4-leaf clover for good luck over a green screen. We're taking all the green out of that. So anyway, this is cool. It worked out well. I've messed with the field levels, and they are good. The CR Reality, I've got to say, is a fantastic printer just right out of the box. I haven't even gotten deeply into printing my own designs yet, so we'll see. On the other note, this is my Raspberry Pi has got its own touchscreen, and thanks to my girlfriend, I am keeping it. It is cool. It's a lot as responsive. It's a resistive touchscreen, so it's not as responsive, but I do like it, and I will be using it to run Octoprint to control the CR Reality. On that note, that's the end of Call of Quad today, and we hope to see you soon with more builds. Pray that I can get to my builds and get to my repairing of my quad, and peace.